Welcome to Meals for One. Today we're going to be cooking up a belly pork, roast potatoes, a few veggies and some gravy, and it's all for one person. Just to introduce myself, I do live in China full time. Got into cooking. I'm a single guy alone. Got into cooking because I don't like the food over here, frankly. And if you can go to all your Western takeouts, your McDonald's, Burger King's, KFC, whatever, but I don't really fancy that. I'm already fat enough. So I decided to start cooking for myself. Now I'm in just a little one-bedroom apartment here. It's not even an apartment, it's a bed sit. This is all one room. I can see my bed over there. In fact, let me give you a quick 360. Okay, as you can see, this is the kitchen area. That's it. Forgive the noise, the old dishwasher is on. That's the kitchen. Got the dishwasher. Got a deep fryer. Got that is a rice cooker, kettle, and Chef Mike. Okay, one more thing that you do need is there. That is my oven. So that's it, and as you can see, that's the entire flat. Okay, that's it, and the bog there. Seriously, if I can cook as a single person on my own in China, then you can too. There's no excuse. So what we're going to do first, we'll get right on it. I'm going to do first, I'm going to wash and then peel some spuds. I've got two spuds here that excuse me, I think I've just had COVID. Got two spuds here. I can't tell you what the variety is because I don't know. My Chinese is reasonably good actually now. I've lived out here for 3 years. But it's certainly not good enough to ask what variety potatoes are. So I'm just going to peel them. You don't want to watch film with me. Oh, look at that one. Let me just get a knife. Let's get a nice one. Super. If you're ever in China, that's your brand. Super. They're absolutely brilliant. Get rid of that. So I'm just going to peel some potatoes and chop them up and put them in this water I've got prepared here, okay? I mean, it's simple. Don't know what variety they are. I can't ask, but there we go. Yeah, I've basically got two options for buying potatoes over here in China. One is, like I did for these ones, you can go on Taobao. Basically, it's Amazon, but you can buy any. It's like Chinese Amazon, that's what they say, but you can buy anything on there, okay? This first episode's a bit of an introduction to me, really, I suppose. Maybe you've come back in a couple of years' time and looking where it all began. If it goes well, I don't think it's good. It won't take off. I don't think it'll take off in the sense of, I mean, it's a cooking show, but it's just some ideas. It's just memories from me, and it's ideas of things you can cook if it's just you. Now, you can send off your potatoes from Taobao when you're over here. Problem is, you can't regulate what you're going to get. They give you pretty pictures and everything, but when it arrives at your door, you don't know. And these particular ones that came were incredibly small. I might even leave these whole, okay? That's a speed peeler up, or a regular potato peeler as I'd call it for size. We'll have a look anyway, but I'm just going to do one more. That's 6, about that size, and that will be plenty. I might even be a leftover or two, but don't waste anything at all. So yeah, when these are done, now you'll notice I haven't got a hob or hot plate or anything. I have, but I actually have, but I wanted the space for a deep fryer. Oh, look at that one. That's the problem. You get the ones when you send off that you wouldn't select in the shop. Look, it's a big rotten bit in the middle. So, oh, what was I saying? Yeah, I haven't got a hot plate or a hob or anything like that now. So what am I going to do? Well, your rice cooker is your friend. There's nothing you can't really do in it, to be honest with you. I've done loads of stuff in mine. You want to cook pasta, do it in your rice cooker. You want to steam some veg, do it in your rice cooker. You want to make some soup or stew, do it in your rice. This is the rice cooker. This is the problem. You end up with these small potatoes. Like, now your second option is I can just go down the wet market. It's only a 2-minute walk from the house from the flat, I should say. But yeah, sometimes it's unbelievably busy down there because everyone wants a bargain. It is cheap. You can get your veg and that. The second point is they have live animals everywhere, predominantly fish and, well, some fish and squid and seafood, and sometimes it's don't treat them as well as they really ought to. I'm going to half these actually. A little bit big actually. I am going to half them. That one's fine. Yeah, they could do with just. I don't like the wet market that much. I don't like going that much. But you know, you can get nice veg and everything. Sometimes the quality isn't as good, but at least you can pick what you want and decide if it's good enough. Of course, when it arrives off Taobao, you don't know what you're gonna get, right? And yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll move on. Next up, let's take a look at the meat. So what have I got here? What have I got here? This is the belly pork. Okay, now you'll notice this extra cling film on it. Now, down at the wet market, right as part of the wet market, there's a small shop, and he's basically a greengrocer and butcher, okay? So basically, he deals in pork. Pork is ultra cheap and extremely popular over here. And you go in the morning, and you see him, he cuts all these pieces up, and then he's got a machine, the Chinese fella, and he packages the stuff up into these things that you might see, like similar if you're back home in the UK supermarket. And you'll notice on the packaging it says, can you see it, 23.17, is it? Yep, that's Kwai. Okay, I operate on a 10-to-1 basis, so that's £2.30. It's about £2.30, and it's got today's date on. It basically recommends you eat it today. But I like going there because he keeps his stuff in a fridge. If you go into the next door, the actual wet market itself, is a butcher's in there. He ain't even got a fridge. It's just all out on a table. And you got to remember, here in China is 30 years ago, it was a third world country, wasn't it? Let's be honest. So it's only recently become rich. And I tell you, you do still see a lot of poverty about, sadly. However, my life is pretty blessed here. So this is the meat. Okay, this is belly pork. And I'll show you the process that I go through in order to cook this and get some lovely, lovely crispy crackly on the outside. And then some lovely soft and tender belly pork in the middle. Yeah. Also, I just give it extra plastic and stuff because the, like I say, the food hygiene over here is it's not the same. You're not going to get ill. You've just got to do workarounds. You've just got to be aware of it. It's not a problem. The meat itself is fine because he's had it in the fridge. What am I talking about? I don't know. Right, let's just get to it. I'll unpackage it and show you what I do. But first things first, I've shown you the meat, but we need to get these potatoes parboiled. COVID, right. This is how restricted for space I am. I'm just washing the potatoes out so you get some of the starch off. And then I can't even show you the sink because there's nowhere to put you. The sink is behind this dishwasher here. Not that you can even see me at all now. This is good, isn't it? Anyway, I'm giving him a wash. I'm basically just washing him off so you can't see the starch. I'll tell you what, if you can't cook in your setup where you are, unless you literally live in a bedroom, you haven't got any form of kitchen, there's just no excuse, is there? Right, let's wipe that down. So they've been washed. Now, that is, can you see it? I hope you can. That is a rice cooker right there. Oof, I nearly made a mess of that. I'll come back. Oh, that was close. Nearly made a mess of that. I'm waiting for the dishwasher to finish because in there is my inner for the rice cooker. 6 minutes. Here we go. This is the inner bit. It's already dry. Fabulous. In you go. And, ready? put my taters in by hand. Then well, you got a good shot of that, didn't you? And just put this much water in, nothing mad, that'll do. And one more thing while I tell you about something else. Now out here in China, that tap water is technically not drinkable. Okay? And what have I got here? Let's just do this first. These are a load of carrots, okay? Let me bring you over here. Big bag of carrots here, okay? Yeah, it's big. And I like to cut them up chunky. Now they come in boxes, they're just whole. And they're dirty, they're covered in dirt and everything. But all these big massive, I've prepped them myself. I like them chunky, okay? And this big bag of carrots, I've already used 2 portions out of. But, yeah, they were about £1. If you buy them on Taobao, you can get them very, very cheaply. I'm just putting a couple of handfuls of carrots in with my potatoes and parboiling them. Okay? I'll come back and show you that. Yeah, I've just put a handful or 2 of chunky carrots in there. And then we can put that on, turn that off to keep warm mode, and cook. Okay, there you go. We'll just leave them to cook. We can chill out now. Well, I say that, we can actually prep the meat now. Okay, there's your pan. There's your meat. Let's open this up. That goes in the bin. And here's your meat. Standing it up, okay. Well, I will stand it up. Okay. That's how I cook it, stood up. Sounds weird, I know. There's a reason for that. Now on top here, just got to wash my hands, I'll be back. That's my hands clean. You'll notice I'm opening the deep fat fryer. In fact you won't because it's off camera, but yeah, that's what I've done. And I'm going to spoon some oil out of that onto here. Okay, now I don't know how much of this you're seeing, but well, I'll fix it. Make more sense, won't it? Well, I'm making a bloody mess here, geez. Nearly swore then. Right, let's get some oil out of there, it's fine. You don't need to worry about food safety concerns or anything like that. Oil doesn't really go off. I mean, you leave it in there for probably use it 10 times, can't you? Well, some people don't, but if you want to pour your money down the drain, then that's up to you. But yeah, basically, that's some oil on it. This is vegetable oil. Okay? Basic vegetable oil. And there's that. Now, what else are we going to do to it? You might be looking at this thinking, this ain't going to come out very well. Dear, oh dear, Johnny. Well, let me tell you, it is. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'm just putting these little plastic gloves on. You get these free with takeout. You do. You get little plastic gloves. So if you're at work or something, look at them. If you're at work, then it's fine. You can still eat your lunch. Right. You can actually, I'm not going to, and I didn't touch it then, you can actually do little cuts side on to make sure that I'm going to cover this in salt. And that gets it all into the skin and everything. But, I'm not going to bother. What I am going to do is make sure it's stood up. That's why I'm wearing these gloves. Stay there. Just like that, please. Thank you. Glove off. No need for going mad washing my hands. Let's go above you into the cupboard. Salt. Himalayan pink sea salt. Nothing but the best. And let's see how much salt we want on it. How much salt do you think? A lot is the answer to that. A lot. Is that better? I don't know. This is more of a trial piece anyway. And that's quite a lot of salt, isn't it? Quite a lot. And because why not? That's pepper. Look, Chinesian. See it? I just like the pepper because that's going to run off it and go into the. It'll form a kind of a gravy. A lot of that fat off the skin is going to render down and it'll form a gravy. Now, what do we need? What's the best type of gravy there is? I'll come back and I'll show you how I make it. Yeah, that's right. Onion gravy. It's the only type of gravy. Sort of beef or some sort of meat stock and onion. Onion gravy. Now, I buy everything in bulk off Taobao because it's super cheap. I got 6 massive onions for like less than £1 as well. And I chop them up and portion them. That's why I've got 2 big freezers. Because, yeah, I mean, it saves money. But the problem is it's all condensed in this little sandwich bag, food bag, whatever you call it, into one big lump. There you go, job done. Lovely. Give it another one. Job done. Alright, what am I doing with these onions? I'll put them in the bottom of this trivet, okay? And allow them to defrost. And allow the meat to just come up to room temperature. Okay, that's in the bin. Job done. There we are. Prep done. Okay, it's got enough oil. The meat fats will render into the oil. And that's awful lighting. I'm going to turn that off. That's actually worse. I'll have to do something about the lighting situation, but that's for the next video. Yeah, there's not much I can do actually. I've lit it as well as I could possibly do. Wait a minute. How's that? Shine. Hey! Right, that's it. Now we're just going to wait for the pressure cooker to cook. These potatoes and carrots, okay? Right. Oh, didn't it so far? See you in a minute. I'll just show you now. I think we're just a couple of minutes away. Boiling up nicely. Oh, lovely smell. Lovely smell of fresh carrots. Look at that. They're fine. In fact, that's fine. Beautiful. That's done. Actually, I thought we were 2 minutes away, but that's done. So, we'll fetch them out, and I'll show you what I'll do with them. Well, I'm trying to figure out the best possible lighting for you, but you can see a good view of the pan. And basically, as I'm wasting my time because I haven't drained my vegetables yet. Right, so I'm just spooning the old... Shh, be quiet, please. Filming in progress. Right. Spoon my veg in, right? There we are. Gonna struggling for room here a little bit. But that is fine by me. Push them onions out the road. Or out the way if you prefer. Onions have just been defrosting nicely. Dot these potatoes about. The carrots can go anywhere. The carrots just take care of themselves. They really do. So this is what I'm doing, and then I'm going to be sticking some oil on top. You might be thinking it's not the most healthy meal in the world, and hey, you might be right. That's tasty though, let me tell you. It almost becomes a tray bake at this point, really. But there is a technique to it. Can we get 2 more potatoes in, or is one of them doomed to be a leftover? I reckon we can get 1 in there. I'm going to do that there, that's fine. And then these veggies, I'll get myself a little pot. I'll have to get a little pot. I don't want to wash off that salt off the belly pork. Yeah, in this corner will do nicely. So So, and then, yeah, that's plenty actually. There's just a little bit left over, if you see here. Just a few little veggies left over, but they'll get put into a little pot. And I will fry them up tomorrow. Or I might even boil some more veggies up, mix it together, do some bubble and squeak tomorrow. We'll see. So you always keep your leftovers. Not an idiot. Alright. Just put this here for now, okay? And I'll deal with that later on. But here we are. We're dealing with this. Now let's move this over. And let's slide you over too. That's a nice light there. But I'm just going to spoon some more. Let me get a proper good spoon. Let me get a ladle, in fact. Where's my ladle gone? I've lost my ladle. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here we go. Look at that beast. Look at that for a beast. Look at that. Ladle time. Again. I'm going straight out the deep fat fryer. So I hope you can see this. Oh shit, that was a lot. Right, just put a little bit over each potato. Did I swear then? Don't put any over the top of the meat because you'll wash the salt off. There's like one ladle of oil there, okay? That's it, that's, bloody hell, that's a lot of oil that's gone in there actually. So I can tip a bit back out. Yeah, I did. Really won't affect the oil at all. You're chucking, I mean, you know, you chuck meat products and everything in that oil. I change my oil out 2 to 3 weeks. Probably use it 3 or 4 times a week. Anyway, that's why I'm fat. Let's move you back. Let's move this back. This pan's getting hot just from the heat of these vegetables. But that don't look half bad, does it? I don't think that looks half bad so far. So, let's get it in the oven. Well, you can see me set up here. I've got no choice but to do this, basically. That's a litter bin there, but it's good when I'm food prepping there, I can just straight in. So it's really good. Here's the oven, okay? I won this, actually. I used to use a little air fryer, but I don't like air fryers compared to ovens. Because air fryers are just ovens. You know what they're talking about. So, let's whack her on. Now, first thing to do, 200C. Won't go on, oh, it will go higher. (230 Celsius). Don't do it that hot. But I'm going to put it on 195. That's where I like it. Okay, how long for? Well, I'm just going to whack it on for about, I don't know, 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's not going to go the whole way, okay? It's not going to go the whole way. I turn it up and just let it rip, and then I turn it off when I'm done with it. So you know it's 195. We're on 220 there. Now it's warming up. I'll come back when it's warmed up. Warmed, is that a word? Don't know. No, it's warmed. I might have just caught that last beep. So 2 hours 20 minutes on the clock. I'm going to go in for 35 to 40 minutes now on 95 degrees Celsius. You have to do your own conversions for Fahrenheit because I'm not lazy. Here we go. Let's go. I just nearly put you in the oven then. Here we are. And you go. I reckon there'll be some leftovers here. There you go. 35 to 40 minutes. So I'll leave 1 hour 40 on the clock. There you go. And one more on the side. Those few leftover veggies, they're in there. Hope you can see that. There you go. A few leftover veggies in there for you. I let them cool to room temperature. Never put anything in the fridge while it's still warm. Once these are at room temperature, pop them in the fridge and see what I want to do with them. That's it. Now, well, not sure what I'm going to do. Not sure what I'm going to do. Chill out. Tell you what, I've had a good idea what I can do. Not sponsored. What am I doing in China? I'm a primary school teacher. We've just got the first day of the summer holidays. That's why it's so hot here in Hangzhou, China. So I've never got work for the next 2 months. No work at all. So, well, be a bit rude not to celebrate, would it not? Anyway, as we are in China, Ganbei. That means dry cup. Ganbei. I'll be pissed by the time this is done. Well, as you can see, we're 23 minutes in now. 23 minutes in, so let us remove this so far, just so we can have a little look at progress. Sort of a sit rep progress update, seeing what's cracking on. Bring this out. Well, as you can see, roast is just beginning to firm up. So that's the salt that's on top actually. That was the one that got washed off with the oil, but don't panic at this point, okay? 23 minutes in. See the difference in sound? So that one probably won't come out as crispy. This one's going to come out banging. But we can just agitate it slightly. It's beginning to produce an oily residue at the bottom. I think it is too much oil. When this is done, I'm going to tip some of this oil out because it is too much, to be honest with you. But again, that doesn't matter. We've still got an hour and 20 worth of cooking to go. And it'll all just fry up nicely. So just recover these carrots. And again, if they get caught, if they get charred and stuff, it really doesn't matter. Like, it's flavour. Enjoy that, headphone users. Right, I'm going to whack it back in. That's looking good to me. In fact, I'm going to now pull that out and we'll take a look at it. I might actually do the adjustments. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right, I've pulled it out at this point. See, that one's come out better than that one. That was the one where I poured the oil over it, washed the salt off. That's the secret to crackly. See how, look at the puff on that. But this is a fair amount of oil, even for me. So what I'm going to do is very carefully try and drain some of that off into a bowl. I'm not that arsed about a lot of oil, but that's better. That's a more realistic amount. In fact, I might have overdone that. No, that's perfect. Now it's drained through. So, at this point also, we're going to turn the potatoes over. Fluff them up a little tiny bit, okay? Get those dark bits on the bottom, the light bits on the top. And we're going to keep... Look how everything's got smaller as well. Turn that over. Turn that over. Keep it upright if I can. These onions really do start to smell insanely good. Oh, the smell's coming out of that. It's unreal. Right, so we've fluffed them up suitably. At this point, we have lost a lot of oil. I'm going to put a little tiny bit back in actually, but not on top of the meat. There you go. So at this point, I'm going to put it back in the oven. So let's go. Oven's on. Carefully, whilst the meat's still standing up, it's going in. The meat's fell over. You can't fall over. That'll do. That'll be fine. Meat's in. Well, everything's in. 1 hour 36. So I'm going to give that now best part of an hour. Just let it go for an hour. And you might think, oh, I'll be burnt to cinders. Well, you have a look. And the time's there. So yeah, there you go. Let's see where we go. I forgot to tell you, I've turned it down to 175. Forgot to tell you. It's on 175 degrees Celsius now. It's coming on a treat. It's going to take a good 45 minutes still yet, so chill out, have your beer. You relax yourself down at this point. Well, couldn't be any more simpler now. Time to do some peas. Got this big bag of peas again, buy in bulk, freeze them up, bag them up. Put some peas in this jug. That should be enough, I would say, for one. Seal that back up in a second. But no, I won't. I'll seal it up now and I'll edit this video out. Put them away. Yeah, so they're frozen peas. We're just going above. We're going with some pepper. Freshly cracked black pepper. I love pepper, so I'll put a fair bit in. And some Himalayan sea salt. Now we're seasoning it well because the water we're going to cook this in will become our gravy. To go with the onions and stuff, it all gets it mixed together. So, bottled water, because it's not, the water in China is technically not potable. So once you've boiled it, it's perfectly drinkable. I've drank loads of it, to be honest with you. I've never been ill. But don't make a habit of it because it can contain heavy metals. The safety levels are very different to how they are back home. Ah, shit, I've just fucking headbutted. Just swore. Just headbutted the cupboard door. Right, that'll do. I'll open that back up again because we just need some cling film. Put some cling film over the top of said jug. This particular cling film comes with easy rip perforations. Wrap that down. That will do. And let's just use one of these chopsticks, that'll do. And pop, job done. Use that again, it's no problem. So, wrap that around the angle, make sure it's holdable. So there you go. I'm going to use Chef Mike. So put it in the microwave. Excuse the COVID. I haven't got COVID. I might have it, I don't know. I'm going to give that 5 minutes. Take a look at it. Job done. Easy. Sorry, I should have recorded this. So this is the water from the peas that I've just decanted out into there. These are the peas, cooked really nice. 5 minutes from cold. In the old Chef Mike. Time to put some gravy together. So, Bisto gravy. 1, 2. That's a lot, actually. Right, so everyone watching will be like, oh, you're going to make lumpy gravy. Well, no, because I'm in no rush. I am in no rush to make the gravy, actually. So I can just let it sit and simmer and loosen up and thicken. Okay? Well, that's what I'm going to do, frankly. So, that goes there, that goes there. What I'm going to do now is plate this bad boy up. Well, I'm dishing up and I can't get the entire thing in shot, but Let me show you. Just it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Roast potatoes. All this stuff here has become flavour. Oh man. Plate it up nicely. These are genuinely as roasted as I'm happy with this. Quite like them. They go soft and sweet when you do it this way. And it's kind of lovely. I'm going to save this other piece of meat for another day. Actually. These onions, this is all flavour as well. Get the onions. And the carrots here. God, this is good. If your mouth ain't watering, I don't know what's wrong with you right now. Don't know why I'm speaking so quietly. That's enough carrots for now. Oh man. I can't concentrate. I love peas, so I'll have the lot of them. There's one more thing for it. Now, I like to use the spoon that I've been scooping with. Get all that flavour in. It's had 5 minutes, cooling off and stuff, and look, that gravy's fine. Look. Then it goes lumpy if you rush it, that's all. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What do you reckon? Right, I'm going to take some sexy photos of this. And then I'm going to try it. Oh my god. And that's it, nothing else for it. Crunchy. Look at that. Look at the crackly on that. Oh. It's soft. Look at that knife. Straight through. So soft. Unbelievable. Right. See how these carrots, I told you, carrots have a lot of sugar in naturally. See how they catch a bit? Incredible. Oh. Oh, they're sweet. They're soft. Got this onion that makes the onion gravy. Oh my god. The peppers come through. It's salty, it's umami, it's sweet as well. And the simplest thing of all, the peas. But with all the other flavours. God damn. Last and definitely not least. Oh, it's got a crispy skin on it, won't cut. Oh, fluffy. Look at the fluffiness inside that. Oh my god. I'm gonna have some alone time with this. Oh. I don't care what potatoes they are. Oh. Just one more time to demonstrate. Oh, it just fell off, look. Just totally fell off. That just falls off, look. Easy as that. And there you go. Right. I'm going to go and sit down, be alone with that food. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed this virgin episode, as it were. My God, that's come out good. Oh, see you later. Wow.